One could say that castle was Clair Obscure. Enya Elim. Enya Elim. Okay. According to the enemies here are something else. It's a lot of fucking pots here. We go straight, bitch. Last take opium. It is time, Candy. Little Raymond is not gonna stop me. Belgrad Power of Settlement. Oh shit. It actually leads to the place I was supposed to go to. Gotta end. It's British. Huh? Can't open the door, man. Guess I'm not ready for this, huh? That's fucking awkward. Is it this? We might spend 4 hours just figuring out where to go, though. That is very possible, sir. We might spend our entire day just figuring out where to go. I mean, what is this place? I see a potential path here. Can't Kakambi, Kakambi. Kakambi, Kakakambi. Kakakakambi. Remarks are useless. What the fuck are you guys doing here? No, that's so... Yeah, that looks like the right path. Since he defended it. Dan ta di da da da. Sa ta da di da 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 di di da. Di da 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 di da 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 di da da da. Okay, that looks like a secret path on the tree, but let's check this first. What the fuck? Jesus. 8,000 souls for that? He looked like a boss. So is there a fucking boss on every floor now? What is happening? I can't play! That looks like the right path though. Obscure. One issue is I don't remember where I fucking went. GG, man. No! Oh yeah, I remember I went like upstairs and then I jumped on the roofs. You just gotta find 2 bosses, that's it. I'm not doing guides this time. Oh my god, there's a fucking hole, man. Of course there's a hole. And then there's a fucking bug. Come on, man. So what is this? Nice, I got an upgrade by accident. We back, boys. We fucking back. Nice lightning show, man. Simon over here. This. Okay, this fuck is ridiculous. God, man, just stop! And another one. Someone else is casting this shit. Who is it? Oh shit. This looks promising, Gambi. We have a level. We do. We have a double level. Can't keep climbing. No! So what the fuck am I doing here? Confusion. If ich kann nicht klimbieren, kann ich von dem Fenster ausgehen. Haha, Gambi. Ja. Birdge. Birdge. Jackpot, Coco. Andere Birdge. Oh my god, what the fuck is this Birdge damage? Birdge damage. That's all my joke, man. Oh no, Coco. Meer Birdgen. Meer Birdgen. Another upgrade. Puchinko. And another one. What the fuck is this? That's a big fucking sword, man. I guess there's no more normal enemies, huh? Be back. Up we go. So we have a balcony and an elevator. This is just a shortcut. Or somewhere else now. What the fuck am I? How did that miss? How did it fucking miss, man? Why did I even go there? Tak, pojď, koko. Tak, pojď. Fuck you, better, yeah, I'm going. Can't stop me. Okay, they can't stop me. Can't fucking jump this, man. What the fuck? I'm stuck. Oh, my souls are gone. No! Good people. A kurwa. What the fuck is this? I guess the fun is over, huh? Every enemy is gonna be a fucking mini boss now. Alright, man. I can handle that. is this guy? Safe. Another fragment. It's probably not enough for a level. I need one more for a level, I think. Let's check. Yep. I think I'm missing 7 in total. Is this a boss fight already? Ah, kurva, can't be.
Desired all along, the clashing of the favored laws, such that one would prevail, so be it. If you insist upon facing Nicola the Kind, then I will run through whoever we might be. Don't tarry now.
I have only one cooperator, that doesn't seem fair. We're fighting. This is it.
Don't you dare approach Nicola the Kind. Needle Knight Ledder, Dryleaf Dane, and our ally will never allow this.
Maybe I should go and find another starter 3 fragment before I finish this, man. Because it's a one more upgrade for free. You just need one fragment. It's gotta be somewhere, right? Like here. No, I've been here before. Was I here before? Yes. Fuck, where do I find this last fragment, man? I think there's like 3 more around in this fucking maze. Dry mail. I have a feeling I know where one is. It's not here. Accumulator before this. We don't need this music right now. We will need it in a moment though. Not right now. Still very excited. There's gotta be a fragment here. There's no way. Fucking guy is so ridiculous, man. Fuck! Alright, fuck it, we're doing final boss. I don't care anymore. Blending it. So I forgot where it is. Alright. This is it.
My loyal blade and champion of the festival. Both your deeds will ever be praised in song. Now, the vow will be honored, and my lord brother's soul will return, so that he may be my consort.
On your Radan is back! I got your armor, man.
Lord brother.
Oh shit, best scene! Can't be best scene! Well, I guess we're not doing it first try. Nice scene, man. Bro, what are these attacks? Also, can I delete this fucking fire spell? How do I delete spells? Like, it's literally fucking up my mimic. He just fucking cast this fucking spell. And it's horrible. How do I delete it? How do I fucking delete this thing? Oh, thank you. That was easier than expected. Alright, we just fucking gain in power. Bro, I can't do shit. What does that mean? I'm red, not purple. What? You're red, not purple again. What does that mean? Oh. It should now. Bro, this phase 2 is ridiculous. Oh. What is this? Fuck, I thought he always does the flying attack first, but I guess if I get too close he starts swinging. Because I tried to get behind him this time. It didn't work.
I promise you a 1,000-year voyage guided by compassion.
Where the fuck is my credit screen? Where is the ending? There's no ending? That is the fucking ending, Hyperion. What the fuck? Ten-second cutscene without even our own character finally going up the stairs into the light of heavens, finally getting his deserved rest or some shit. Wait, this was actually the ending. Like, why can't you answer the question? Is this the ending? Oh my god, it's actually the ending. Alright, rating this game. Gameplay, fun, basically everything they copied from Dark Souls 3 was fun, everything they added on top was absolute garbage. I haven't played such fucking shit game in a while. Overrated, overhyped. Insane disappointment. The only good additions were the graphics, which I don't give a shit about. They can stick those up their asses. And they added some cool spells, which I didn't use because I don't play a spellcaster, so I couldn't actually appreciate that, but that was also good. The mount was also good, I guess. Everything else, the open world, I mean, design, again, graphically was nice. Play-wise, it was absolute horse shit. Finding impossible shit to find. Playing this without a YouTube guide or the internet, you would basically be fucked. Like, if this game came out in fucking 1999, I swear to you that 90% players would give up after like first 2 hours. Because they would have no guides to actually tell them what the fuck to do. So, overall, Elden Ring base game, probably 6.5 out of 10. The DLC just got absolutely worse, except the boss fights, which were kinda cool. So the DLC I would give 5.5 out of 10. I've seen the Night Train, I'm not gonna play it, but that one actually looks like an innovative, fun take on Dark Souls. I would give that Night Train DLC actually 8 out of 10. I feel like the Night Train was probably supposed to be the actual game. And for Dark Souls, like, they should have went with Dark Souls 4 and fuck some open world shit. So yeah, overall rating, Elden Ring, if I average it all down, 6.5. 5.5 and 8, we get a nice 6.5 to 7 out of 10. Probably the biggest disappointment I've ever experienced in my gaming career. I have never played more disappointing game. This was actually a horrible experience. 60 hours on the dot. Let's give it 3 more minutes and end it. Pray for Dark Souls 4 and actually getting back the good shit. Not this fucking whatever the fuck this. Alright, then the story. Story rating. Actually, I feel like the story was really fucking good. The issue is, you can't actually follow the story. Again, you need to Google to actually understand what the fuck is going on. Like, everything about this game you have to Google. Like, you cannot understand how to fight, how to equip shit, what your attributes do, how your physical reduction works, where to go, what quests you're supposed to do, what are the permanent upgrades, what the fuck do you do with souls, what the fuck do you do with Ashes of War, what the fuck you do with any of this shit, what the fuck is this story, like, for all of it you need Google, like, what were they thinking? Holy shit, this game is bad. Like, only the gameplay is fun, but everything else was terrible. Gameplay and graphics. And even imagining I would play fucking Game Plus is making me feel fucking puke. Let's see, Elden Ring, how long to beat? Main story 60 hours without DLC. I actually got DLC and main story in 60 hours, but then again I had to use Google to fucking orientate. Elden Ring Shadow, how long to beat? 26 hours, so I did it 26 under average. That's not bad. Let's see if there's maybe some other, like, alternative ending. Alright, you know what? I am actually interested. I feel like the story was good, just the storytelling was absolutely horrible. So let's find out. Let's take the Shadow of Earth because it seems like a very smaller story to the base game. So let's just actually fucking listen to this.
The story of Elden Ring's DLC, Shadow of the Erdtree. We'll not only be looking at the main quest and the implications, you also won't need to worry about story much if you like this. Mikola is directly behind. Start the DLC, Mohg and Radahn must be killed. Outside of the simple fact that Mikola is directly behind Mohg in the boss room, their deaths are required for lore reasons which I'll get into later. Right next to the cocoon is Lady Leda, who along with her compatriots are all here to seek out Mikola. This congregation is a real ragtag group. Leda herself is a Needle Knight, who according to the Lacerating Cross Tree Talisman were knights who serve Mikola. Freya is a Red Mane who fought alongside General Radahn. Hornsent belongs to those within Belarut, the Tower of Shadow. Sir Ansbach was a former Pureblood Knight who served under Lord Mohg. And the other two, Mor and Teolier, while not affiliated with any specific group, do have some odd quirks about them. Mor is the group's provisioner, supplying tools and food when needed, and Teolier dabbles in a variety of poisons. It's a team outfitted with all kinds of important features, from suppliers to warriors to knowledge seekers, all of whom are united under one goal of finding kindly Mikola, which becomes our goal too. Before we press on, we should answer the more pressing questions that come from this DLC, mainly the location itself. The Land of Shadow is a long-forgotten land next to the Shadow Tree. According to the Shadow Realm runes that draw from the enemies, the Shadow Tree is quite simply the shadow of the Erdtree. Its placement on the map might be closer than you think, as a unique location called the Suppressing Pillar located in the Gravesite Plain states that the pillar is located at the center of the lands between. It's more than likely under these clouds, which connects to the veil placed over the tree, as this place is meant to be hidden. The Shadowlands is meant to be the opposite of the lands between. The lands between, even post-shattering, is beautiful and ornate. Contrast this to the Shadowlands where death is everywhere. There are thousands of spirit graves and coffins scattered throughout the land. The spirit grave stone states that the dead have been brought here since antiquity, and the map of the southern shore states that the land is filled with stone coffins of unknown origin. So death seems to always find its way here. This stench of death seems to have also found its way to America, and is likely why the Shadowlands are meant to be hidden from the rest of the world. Behind the Shadow Keep is a small location called the Shaman Village. This place is abandoned save for two items, a spell called Minor Erdtree and a golden braid of hair. Both items are related to Marika, implying that she lived in this village. The name of this village is important, however. shaman. The only reference to a shaman in this DLC is a ghost talking to a shaman who's going to become a saint. However, the process of this involves being stuffed into a warrior jar. The Tooth Whip describes part of the grueling process, in which they would whip them vigorously so the wounds would ripen and grow inflamed, oozing pus as a result. The Minor Erdtree spell says, quote, Marika bathed the village of her home in gold, knowing full well that there was no one to heal. I believe that the people of her village were tortured and might have been the catalyst for Marika's eventual conquest. Her golden braid says, quote, Queen Marika's offering to the grandmother. What was her prayer, her wish, her confession? There was no one left to answer, and Marika never
yes, I think Nine Kings will be the next
returned
game.
home again.
But tomorrow.
Marika likely wished
Actually, I want to watch the Beholder movie from the guys who made the Papers, Please.
death
movie.
upon those that took her people, which likely led to
Right,
what we
it's
saw
like
in the
10
story
minutes.
trailer, where Marika approaches the gates of divinity and ascends to godhood. This same gate is the arena for the final boss, and we can see that while there is certainly less blood than before, the bodies that clutter the room have horns, meaning they were horn-sent.
I played the game in the fucking train, man. That was from the
Horn-sent are the
Beholder
people of
series.
Belarus, sometimes known as the Tower of Shadow. The people of the tower embody a lot of the qualities from the Crucible. Horns here are seen as divine, whereas those with horns in the lands between, like the Omen, are treated with hatred and disgust. To get revenge, Marika had her son Mesmer lead a crusade into the Shadowlands to kill all those who lived here. Mesmer's army came stocked and ready to fight. Alongside the usual rank and file were the Black Knights, a band of soldiers who served under Mesmer, as well as
This is the thing. The story of Elden Ring literally could have carried the game. Like, this story is so good. But they just don't tell you the story. You have to read it from all the fucking items. Like, why? It's so stupid. Like, this story is so good. If they told it like they told it in a Color Obscura, everyone would love it. Like, out of this, from what I played, I know nothing. Like, so far, I knew zero of what he said so far.
his personal guard called the Fire Knights. But this crusade seems to have been a collaborative effort, as Mesmer and his men can be found stationed next to Omen Killers, Carrion Knights, and mages from the Academy of Raya Lucaria. One of these Carrion Knights was the twin Moon Knight known as Rolana. Now, stay with me folks, this is going to get a bit confusing, but Rolana is the younger sister of Rennala, Queen of the Full Moon. Unlike Rennala, who became a Carrion Queen, Rolana disavowed her birthright and chose to fight alongside Mesmer, which could explain the dual elements in her blades. It's clear though that this conquest was not just a small personal vendetta, but a large-scale war where numerous houses and factions joined together. The result of this was nothing short of brutal. Mesmer and company completely decimated the Shadowlands. Belarus is destroyed with only a spare few inhabitants walking around the rubble. Villages and towns are now in ruins. Furnace golems carry the corpses of the Hornsents to strike fear into them, and Mesmer's flames can still be found scorching the ground all these years later. The entire land is a mess, with scarce remnants of life existing. But while the immediate results are apparent, the consequences of this war still exist, like flickering embers from a long-dead flame. Mesmer's flames may have inadvertently caused some outer gods to make themselves known to the world. At the location called Prospect Town is a large group of these beings called Blood Fiends. Nearby is a talisman called Outer God Heirloom, which reads, "A talisman engraved with the lore of an outer god. The clan, who lost everything in the Great Fires, peered upon the corpse of their ancestor, normally an act of sanctity, and saw in its shadow a twisted deity. The clan had suffered such torment that the horrible thing was taken as an object of worship. So it's clear that this clan worshipped a deity of some kind. The Blood Fiend Hexer and Sacred Spear spell out the rest of the story. Quote, long ago, a subjugated tribe discovered a twisted truth, the Mother of Truth, the same divine element inside it, and the Scarlet Rot, as Romina, one of the DLC's main bosses, discovered a twisted divine element inside a church after it was burned to the ground, which she then weaved into the baleful Scarlet Rot. Her spell, Rotten Butterflies, also says that while the Scarlet Butterflies are a part of the Goddess of Rot's wings, they didn't have a master, so Romina reached out to them instead. Now, I am in no way suggesting that Mesmer's conquest birthed these outer gods. Rather, this event is what made them appear. The outer gods are formless beings with very little knowledge about their existence, but it's fair to assume they've existed for years, far before any of this happened. They just decided that now was the time to bestow their gifts onto these people. To make matters worse, this crusade seems to be a one-way trip, as everyone involved in the crusades was left here to fend for themselves. Marika has not been in contact with them at all and has seemingly abandoned her own child. Marika refused to let what happened here come to light, so Mesmer is being used as a tool to make sure word never gets out. The lands between and its demigods get to continue on like normal, while an entire group of people are busy fighting for a crusade they can never come back from. These are some pretty horrific revelations, but one that ultimately makes the conquest for Miquella all the more concerning. What exactly is he doing here? Why come here in the first place? Well, if you manage to make it to the Shadow Keep, the entire plot is spelled out right in front of you. Two members of the group, Sir Ansbach and Freya, have quests that lead them here. Within this room is a scroll that describes the steps for a secret rite that's used at the Gate of Divinity, saying, quote, "A lord will usher in a god's return, and the lord's soul will require a vessel." Sharing this info with Ansbach and Freya explains the rest.
Well, what's this? Yes, I should have known. Even the truth was itself mere folly. As if using Lord Moog to gain entrance to the Land of Shadow were not enough, he plans to use his corpse as the vessel of his king consort. He has forsaken Lord Moog's soul. He desires only his empty shell. It beggars belief, but I'm afraid Tender Miquella fails to grasp the humiliation implied by this act. One thing is certain. My dear lord deserved better.
From Sir Ansbach? To me? What on earth could it... Oh. Yes. Of course. I see. As the Festival of War concluded, General Radahn's soul met an honorable end, but kindly Miquella wishes to revive it, which is fine by me. I know it would pain old Jeren, but war has always suited General Radahn best, and certainly far more than any honorable death. Endless war to invigorate the soul, as befits General Radahn, the Great Lion.
So Miquella plans to use Moog's corpse as a vessel for Radahn's soul, so that he can revive Radahn and have him be his consort when he ascends to godhood. This not only explains why these two needed to die before the DLC could start, but also recontextualizes the entirety of Moog's actions. Instead of taking Miquella of his own volition, he was seemingly bewitched into doing so by Miquella so that he may enter the Shadowlands. This could also explain why he needed to get into the Shadowlands in the first place. As we talked about earlier, death seems to drift here from all over the place, so Radahn's soul could have found its way here, although that's just speculation on my part. But it's clear that Miquella is not as kindly as the game portrays him, as he's quite literally following in the footsteps of his mother, yet assumes this time it will be different.
Why does he keep calling Miquella him? It's a woman. Like, why is it a he? She looks like a woman, she talks like a woman, why is it a he?
He wants to ascend the steps of the Divine Gate and become a god, to right the wrongs that America imposed on the people here and in the lands between, even though he's willing to charm people into doing what he wants them to do. This is further reinforced by an event that occurs earlier. On your way to the Shadow Keep, the sound of a rune arc will play with the message saying, "A great rune has broken, and so too has a powerful charm." Talking with the NPCs reveals that Miquella shattered his great rune, and that the charm he put on everyone was shattered. This would explain why so many of us, despite being from all walks of life, decided to band together, because Miquella was forcing everyone to. Well, everyone except us. Now that the charm has worn off, we can now hear the real feelings of the NPCs, and it takes a whole 5 minutes for the group to delve into chaos. Sir Ansbach remembers the time he challenged Miquella in honor of Moog and was swiftly defeated. More questions why Miquella abandoned us. Hornsent and Freya are surprisingly fine, although the latter wants to look into a vow between Radahn and Miquella. Letta suspects that people within the group are going to betray us and is going to hunt them down, and Teolia is worried about Saint Trina. Miquella has crosses placed throughout the Shadowlands which we're using as guides to follow in the literal steps of Miquella. Each of these crosses explains what Miquella removed from his body to complete this rite. Things like his flesh, arms, fears, doubts, and even his love. He's divesting himself of everything to start fresh, which includes breaking his great rune. This event eventually transpires out of control and leads to the group having a massive fight. Once Rolana, Mesmer, and Ramina are defeated, you can use Mesmer's kindling to burn the thorns that have previously blocked the upper part of the Tower of Shadow. Towards the top is Lady Letta, who ambushes you along with her allies. Depending on a variety of factors, this fight can not only be much harder than it's supposed to be, but you can also come equipped with allies of your own. The default combatants are Lady Letta and Dryleaf Dane. Dane is a Dryleaf who abides by a strict code of faith and also seems to serve Miquella. But the others include Hornsent, Morn, and Freya. Hornsent's whole goal in this DLC is to kill Mesmer to get revenge for his people. Regardless of whether you summon him for the fight or not, he will join Letta as his vengeance couldn't be quenched, and now he points his sword towards America, the Erdtree, and anyone associated with it. Freya only joins if you finish her quest, as she wants Miquella to revive Radahn. And more will join if you encourage him to stand tall despite Miquella abandoning him. The reason for their opposition is twofold. We are not only threatening Miquella's reign, but we're here to represent the Erdtree. Letta learns that we, unlike everyone else, weren't charmed by Miquella, and so assumes that the only reason we came here is because of the guidance of grace. Something that is indeed true. Guidance can be found pointing us towards the next main boss, just like the base game. We may not agree with Marika and the Golden Order, but in trying to become Elden Lord, we are inherently opposed to Miquella's rule. As for you, both Ansbach and Teolier can be called in for assistance if they finish their quests up to this point. Ansbach doesn't want his former lord's body to be desecrated, so he joins us in the fight against Miquella, and Teolier wants to stop Miquella because of Saint Trina. Saint Trina was a character who was briefly mentioned in the base game as someone who has something to do with sleep incantations. It was always theorized that Miquella and Saint Trina were one and the same, and this DLC confirms it. Down beneath the Cerulean coast is a cave that houses Saint Trina. A cross of Miquella nearby says that this is where he removed his love in reference to Trina. And after defeating the final boss, you could find Trina in a deep eternal slumber, further showing the connection. Which, side note, this may have also inadvertently solved the Marika-Radigan conundrum by showing us that two identities in the same body can indeed coexist. Although admittedly that is just speculation. Regardless, talking with her reveals that she wants us to stop Miquella, but she has no hatred for him because she is the loving part of his body, so she opposes him out of love. She believes that Miquella ascending to godhood would be a prison, and doesn't want him to suffer for it. Due to Teolier's infatuation with her, he will join us in this fight in the name of Saint Trina. So at most, this fight can become a 5v3 or 4 if you use a summon. It is a massive brawl, but it does end with you and your allies coming out on top. At the very top of the stairs is the final boss of the DLC, the now revived consort Radahn, with Miquella joining him in the second phase. But this info we already saw coming. What's more important is what happens after, as a flashback will play of Miquella telling Radahn that if they honor the part of their vow, he must be his consort. Radahn's new armor says, quote, "When Melania let the rot flower blossom in Aeonia, Radahn heard a murmur in his ear. Miquella awaits thee, O promised consort." This is referring to the fight scene in both the opening cinematic and the initial release trailer over 2 years ago. This confirms that both Radahn and Melania were aware of Miquella's goal and that a vow was put in place to honor it. The question remains, what was the vow, and did Radahn agree to it? It's possible that this fight was a part of the vow and that Radahn wanted a grand fight before becoming a consort, but then that calls into question why they both were okay with practically nuking all of Caelid. The fight might have also occurred because Radahn rejected the vow and didn't want to become his consort. But then that also calls into question even more things. Freya, a loyal and close ally to Radahn, says that dying honorably doesn't suit him, but Jiren, his second in command, wants him to die honorably. That was the whole point of the festival. So whose word do we trust? Well, the only person whose word matters most is Radahn, but he doesn't utter a single word throughout the fight. This is also going based off the assumption that the fight between the two is a part of the vow and not some other secret thing we know nothing about. It is also entirely possible that Radahn was charmed in the same way the group was to accept the vow. Miquella's charm powers extend far past his Great Rune, as during the final fight you could be charmed by Miquella to fight for him, causing you to fail. So he can still charm people, it just seems easier to do with the Great Rune intact. Along with all of this, we must
Wait, what?
be charmed by Miquella.
So that's how
Miquella's
does
charm
this
powers
work?
extend far past his Great Rune, as during the final fight you could be charmed by Miquella to fight for him, causing you to fail. So he can still charm people, it just seems easier to do with the Great Rune intact. Along with all of this, we must ask, what was Miquella's plan? Due to him not having an ending and not showing up until the 11th hour, it's hard to understand what Miquella's intentions were. He calls it an age of compassion, but we don't learn what that's supposed to mean. Compassion definitely has positive connotations to it. Ansbach even says that Miquella fought him with love, and Miquella even requests that we stop fighting and asks us to join him. The only info we have to go off, though, are his actions. The actions of a demigod who can charm others into doing what he wants, who also divested himself of everything including his emotions in order to ascend to godhood. While that is the end of the main quest, there is still plenty more to go over. There are other stories going on throughout the Shadowlands that are arguably just as important as the main quest. Starting with Mesmer, when he dies, he drops an item called Mesmer's Kindling, which is what you use to burn the sealed tree. The description says that, like Mesmer, his young sister bore visions of flame. The only character this makes sense with is Melina. Melena's weapon says the one who walks alongside Flame shall one day meet the road of destined death. Melina also says that she was born at the foot of the Erd Tree, where her mother gave her purpose. It's been widely speculated that Marika is Melina's mother, which, if true, would provide more evidence for this new theory that these two are siblings. Many have also pointed out that the spell Melina uses in the fight with Morgoth is similar to the minor Erd Tree incantation we find in the DLC, again giving more credence to the theory. Speaking of weird family ties, Godwyn makes another brief appearance within the catacombs of the DLC. The bosses of these catacombs are Death Knights, Godwyn's personal guard who now protect the cadaver surrogates of the Prince of Death. Now, this doesn't seem to imply that Godwyn is physically here too, as the main game has shown multiple times that his new grotesque face is everywhere. It shows up both in the Deeproot Depths and underneath Stormveil Castle, and the Prince of Death talisman itself shows two faces as well. Godwyn is gone. Long gone, ever since he was killed on the Night of the Black Knives. This is seemingly here to show how far the corruption of his body has spread, and that his knights are ready for the Age of Duskborn, the same name as Fia's ending, which is of course tied to Godwyn's death. Continuing the theme of death, an area to the east is the Abyssal Woods, which is covered in Frenzied Flame scarring. At the heart of this location is Midra, who we learn is a Lord of Frenzied Flame. Surrounding the area are Inquisitors from Belarut who seem to have punished Midra for this act. The sword he uses, called the Great Sword of Damnation, refers to barbs that pierce the victim from within. Barbs are also mentioned in the description of various Inquisition spells, the same ones they attack you with. It seems as though Midra accepted the power of the Frenzied Flame, and the Inquisitors were sent to deal with this heresy. A ghost here at this manor questioned why he was being punished and what great crime Midra committed to allow such an act to happen to him. The map of the area also states that this is off limits to all Hornsent, so it's pretty clear that they despise the Frenzied Flame and are actively working to quell its influence. Midra, despite possibly being a willing participant in this act, seems to be enduring its pain. His partner, learned to be named Nanaya, wanted him to endure the pain so that no one else was hurt, but thanks to us, he decided to let the flame take over. Also towards the east is the Jagged Peak, a land overtaken by drakes and dragons. A priestess of the Dragon Communion can be found who drops a massive bombshell on us, and that's that the drake who occupies this land named Bale is the one who wounded Lord Placidusax. The Old Lord's talisman in Farum Azula depicts Placidusax with 4 heads, but from his design it's clear a couple are missing. Bale was the one who caused this injury, but he didn't leave unscathed as they both dealt each other grievous injuries. The priestess, named Florisax, explains that the Dragon Communion is used to sacrifice and devour the hearts of Bale's kind. So the whole point of the Dragon Communion site seems to be centered around defeating Bale and his offspring. Even if it is minor, it's really nice to finally get an answer on Placidusax's wounds. And finally, the biggest lore revelation comes from Count Ymir. His questline involves us going to various finger ruins, only to learn that there is a finger ruin underneath his cathedral. Exploring it reveals a boss called Matir, Mother of Fingers, whose remembrance says quite bluntly that Matir is the mother of all 2 fingers and finger creepers, is a daughter of the Greater Will, and was the first shooting star to fall upon the lands between. Its staff also says that it receives signals from the Greater Will beyond the microcosm, but hasn't received a message in quite a while. Wow, that is a lot to take in. This seems to imply that the Greater Will is the creator of the universe. It was thought to be another outer god like the Frenzied Flame or Formless Mother, but it's clear that its existence is much larger than that. This also implies that everything that's occurred in the game regarding the fingers was Matir and not the Greater Will. When we are blocked by the thorns at the foot of the Erd Tree, the 2 fingers seize up and refuse to speak as they're currently trying to communicate with the Greater Will. But the Greater Will wasn't communicating with Matir, and Matir is the mother of the 2 fingers, so this whole time we were communicating with the wrong being. This also creates massive problems for both the 2 fingers and Marika, as everything regarding the Golden Order has been based on its word, and Matir seems to be winging it while waiting for the Greater Will to respond. Ymir himself even says that Marika and the 2 fingers who guided her were unsound from the start. The only detail left from this discovery is the 3 fingers. They are the only 3 fingers in the game and seemingly not born from Matir, so the question remains, where did they come from? Could it have been some kind of abnormal birth defect, or was it part of the Frenzied Flame's influence? I'm personally not too sure. But this wraps up all the miscellaneous info I came across. Apologies if that was rather disjointed, but hopefully I was able to convey the story well.
I mean, that's an incredible story. Too bad the game didn't tell me any of this shit, man. Oh my god.